Hey everyone, today we are going to make a crustless quiche. We're going to make it with onions, spinach, some cheese. So the first thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And I'm going to start mine now. The next thing you're going to want to do is thaw and drain your spinach. It comes frozen in a brick, so you can either thaw it in the refrigerator or in the microwave, and then you're going to want to just squeeze it until all of the excess water is out, and you're going to set that aside. All right, we're going to go ahead and take out the outer skin of our onion. It's all going to go into compost once you're done. Sometimes just taking your knife and doing a little slit from one end to the other can help peel that off. That whole layer. And you're going to need a whole onion chopped. You're going to want it to be pretty small so that when people are biting into their quiche, they're not getting whole bites of onion. So we take our ends off. And we're going to cut up our onion. Make sure you're tucking your fingers. We're just going to chop them up. I'm just going to go through and make sure that all my big chunks are a little bit smaller. All right. We're going to heat a tablespoon of oil. You're going to want to turn your oven on. You're going to keep it on a medium heat. And we're going to do 1 tablespoon of olive oil or vegetable oil, whatever you have in the house. We're going to throw those onions right in there once that oil is warmed up a little bit. And you're going to want to cook them until they're tender. Again, you'll start seeing that instead of that white color, you'll see an opaque, like you can almost see through it. All right, while those are starting to cook up, you can go ahead and grate your cheese. So it calls for about 3 cups of Munster cheese. You can use any cheese you have in your refrigerator. I think we just have this Monterey Jack, so that's what we're going to use. And you can just go ahead and grate it while the onions are cooking. Make sure you don't use the smallest holes when you're doing this. You want to just use that medium-sized hole. Give your onions a little stir. Grate some more cheese. So it says 3 cups. I tend to do about a block, one of the 8-ounce blocks of cheese. I think it's 8 ounces. It usually is about 3 cups. Nothing wrong with having a little extra cheese either. You could always put more than one kind of cheese in if you had partial blocks at home. All right, that's all grated. My onions are starting to look brown. You can start seeing through them, so they're definitely cooking up nicely. Once you start seeing that, you can go ahead and add your spinach in. You're going to cook the spinach until you can see that the water has evaporated, or most of the water has evaporated. So go ahead and just sprinkle that spinach right on top of it. Give it a nice stir, mix those onions right in with it. All right, while that is evaporating, we're going to go ahead and take our big bowl and we're going to crack 5 eggs into it. Some nice fresh eggs from my brother's chickens. So some of them are different sizes and different colors. Make sure you get no shells in your bowl. If you do get a shell in there, you could take a spoon and get it out. You could just take your finger. They come right out. All right, so we got our 5 eggs. We're gonna stir up this. Looks like it needs maybe a minute longer. We are gonna add in 1 cup of milk. Then we do a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper. My oven is preheated. And once those are in, we're gonna give my spinach and onions one more little toss, and it's very apparent that all of the moisture has evaporated out of it, so I'm going to turn the heat right off and remove it from the heat. I'm just putting it on the back burner just to hang out. Remember, the front burner is hot if you do that, so you want to watch yourself. So in here I have my milk, my eggs, my salt, my pepper, and you're going to whisk it up. You want to break up those yolks and make it into a nice yellow tone. Once those eggs are all broken up and it's nice and yellow, we're gonna add in our cheese. You can do a little at a time, you can dump it all in, either way it's fine. Making a bit of a mess, my dog is gonna love me. And you're just gonna mix that cheese right in. Then we're going to add our spinach and onions into this as well. You can scoop those right out, put it right in. As you saw, it wasn't drippy, so there really wasn't any moisture left in that at all. And you're going to take your whisk and you're going to kind of fold that in. Now the cheese is going to start melting because all this stuff is hot. That's okay. Mix it up nice and good. We are going to grease our pie plate. So there's a couple ways of doing it. You can use like a Pam spray. You could use a stick of butter. I tend to either use a Pam spray or I just put a little bit of olive oil in, take a paper towel, and just rub it around. Now basically because there's no crust, this quiche may stick in the pie plate. That's why they want you to grease it up. Then we are going to take the contents, put them right into your pie plate. Level it out. And then we're going to put it in your oven for about a half an hour. You want to wait till it sets, which means when you take it and you jiggle it like this, see how it's moving? It's not going to do that when it's all done and cooked. So we're going to go ahead and put that right in here. And set our timer for 30 minutes. So our timer has just gone off and I'm going to go ahead and take it out. Make sure you're using pot holders. You want to open the oven and step back a little bit, let the heat out so it doesn't go right in your face. And there we have our quiche. So you see that when we move it, it doesn't really jiggle. You can take a toothpick or we have a cake tester and insert it in, and as long as it comes out clean, which means there's no gunk on it, it's all good. I would let this cool a little bit before you serve it to people. You can eat it hot. You can save it for the next morning and have it for breakfast. Some of the things I might do a little different would be to add a little garlic in and a little more seasoning, but there you have it, crustless quiche.